January 27th is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. On that day in 1945, 73 years ago, the Red Army entered Auschwitz concentration camp and freed the few survivors who remained. But the story of the Holocaust in Ukraine is less the story of ghettos and camps that you may be used to, though that was part of it as well. The bulk of Ukrainian Jewry was killed in what's called the Holocaust of bullets. When the German army entered a city, the Jewish population would often be taken outside of town, forced to dig their own graves, and shot. Nearly 1 million Jews living in the Ukrainian SSR were killed. In this way, the heart of European Jewish civilization was nearly destroyed. The most iconic incident happened in Kiev. Between September 29th and 30th, 1941, 33,771 men, women, and children were massacred in the ravine of Babi Yar. But the largest individual mass killing was in Odessa, the city of Isaac Babel and Ahad Ham. The fascist Romanian army slaughtered 34,000 of Odessa's Jews and 100,000 total in the Transnistrian Governorate as part of their occupation of southwestern Ukraine. Hitler's Hungarian allies, meanwhile, deported most of the Jews of Zakarpattia to Auschwitz in occupied Poland. A shameful part of history is that a minority of Ukrainians, either as a part of fighting against their Soviet occupiers or for their own reasons, took part in the Holocaust themselves. After the German army entered Lviv, there was a series of pogroms against the city's large Jewish population. Nazi propaganda equated Jews with the crimes of the Soviet regime, and all too many locals were willing to act on that belief. However, the story of Ukraine is also one of heroism. Ukraine ranks fourth among the list of righteous among the nations, those who risked everything to save their Jewish brethren. The Word of the Righteous Project aims to tell more of their untold stories.
There are many more stories, but people who saved the Jews here in Ukraine were afraid to talk because of the cruelty of the Soviet totalitarian state, because there were a lot of cases when they talked how they saved Jews, and then Soviet officers came and took these Ukrainian people. That's why a lot of stories appear only now.
Holocaust awareness, long suppressed under Soviet times, is finding new life in post-Maidan Ukraine. The anniversary of the Babi Yar massacre is commemorated every year. In the coming years, a new museum and memorial complex will be open to provide education about the tragedy.
The future lapidary will be not just the collection of tombstones. It would be a completely new phenomenon in the history of democratic new Ukraine. Here we seek to restore justice and commemorate the victims of totalitarian regimes. Now we are in the middle of this difficult road. Much has been done, but much remains to be done in the future.
Ukraine continues to grapple with its past. Nations throughout Eastern Europe, caught between Hitler and Stalin, must contextualize their place as both victim and victimizer. As for UATV, we remember.